Sibling Rivalry, the grown-up version. At a recent dinner party, one guest said, "My brothers have not been in the same room for 16 years. Another is estranged from a sister who she feels overguards their widowed mother. Yet another lives in the same building as a brother with whom she no longer talks." Welcome to Sibling Rivalry, the grown-up variety. There is no law that says we have to love the ones we were raised with, or even that we must reconcile before the grand finale. But as millions of baby boomers hit Act 3, the issue is rankling a generation that grew up believing in sharing, openness and the concept of closure. "I've always thought that the psychological field does not give enough attention to the huge impact of siblings," said Dr. Anna Fels, a psychiatrist in private practice in New York. She is not alone in that sentiment. Dr. Roger Gould, also a New York psychiatrist, agrees. "As I think about my current caseload, everyone has a strained, difficult relationship with at least one of their siblings. If you have any doubts, look at the culture." On stage in New York recently, the Humans, Familiar, Hold On To Me Darling, Buried Child and Head of Passes all touch on siblings dealing with money, memories and taking care of ailing parents. The television show Transparent may purport to be about a 70-year-old man turned woman, but it is really about the family's next generation, acting more like children than children. The Netflix series Bloodline has just returned for a second season and deals with 4 siblings, one of whom, spoiler alert, drowned another at last season's end. In the film Alice Through the Looking Glass, sibling rivalry nearly stops time. 3 books on the bestseller list deal with feuding siblings, including The Nest. Jack and Leo were brothers but they weren't friends, Miller's Valley, in which 2 sisters live on the same property but don't speak to each other, and The Nightingale, about 2 very different sisters during World War II. "Readers want to recognize themselves in fiction," says Anna Quindlen, author of Miller's Valley, "and I think most have some aspect of sibling conflict. In terms of those power relationships, there is no such thing as being grown up. At some level I will be an oldest child until the day I die." Most assume the fractures have to do with money, as parents die. What to give away, what to save or how to split. But is it really that simple? Usually these start out being about dividing up money, but underneath, it's about things the siblings have avoided for decades, says Frederick Hertz, a financial mediator based in Oakland, California, who is writing a book with the working title, "Can I Divorce My Sister?" Their childhood is such an integral part of their identity, and it sometimes becomes hard to put that aside enough to engage in practical decisions. "I recently met with a brother and sister during which she stormed out saying, 'He's lived off our parents for 50 years. All that kind of stuff comes up. That stuff may include one sibling feeling another was favored, thinking he or she was not defended against some form of abuse, or sim.